A little bit late, but we are here now. And we have a special guest on set today. Her name is Aisha Yesufu. She doesn't need much introduction.
Not in Nigeria.
No, not in Nigeria.
Not even in West Africa. Not in Africa.
Exactly.
And not even in the whole world, almost.
You know, that your picture that is like this, it transfers the whole world. Exactly. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so
Yes,
much.
nice to have you here.
You're welcome, madam.
Thank you.
And I have my colleague on the set with me. His name is Kingsley Okafor.
Yeah.
Just that he's not the original king.
Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
All I know is that I'm between two kings.
Two kings.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Today we have some business to do because we want to have a Nigeria that everything works for everybody. And I think you've been in the forefront of that. And on behalf of Landslide News, we want to say well done for all you've been doing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Now, we have a subject we want to really deal on. Of course, it has a lot of leg, hand, everywhere, you know. But where I really want to go to first is bring back our girls, because that's what brought you out. Till now, a lot of those girls are still not found. Those are some of the foundations of so many of the things that we are still pursuing in Nigeria. Bring back our girls. Tell us about it.
Okay, so before I start, I answer your question, I just want to apologize. I was supposed to be here on Monday.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have done this thing on Monday. Unfortunately, I was in Kogi, at Central with Senator Natasha, and so I couldn't get to come back on time. And then today, so we were supposed to have started at 1 p.m. and I don't know, for some reasons, my car wouldn't start, but we're here, so apologies for that. So starting on, I would say the Bring Back Our Girls. We still have over 80 of them still in captivity.
Yeah.
We had 219 Chibok girls that were in captivity in 2014. 276 of them were actually taken away. 57 escaped immediately. Some jumped out of the moving vehicle. Some held branches, while because it was an open van that was used to convey them. So we had 219 up until, I think it was May 2016 that the first girl came out, Amina Ali in Keki. And from there on, right now we still have 80-something. About 3-4 months ago, we lost a father, one of the fathers of the girl who is still in captivity. You know. But I think one of the things that Nigerians failed to understand was that every life is important, and as long as you're silent when something happened to some other person, it's only a matter of time before it gets to you. And so it's so sad that as a country that we couldn't rally around the fact that guests had been abducted. And for some people, it was a matter of who was in office, who wasn't in office, is it a lie, is it not a lie? And there's a Chibok parent who said anytime she hears people say that the abduction never happened, that she asks herself whether her 18-year-old child never existed. Because she sent an 18-year-old child to school who never came back. And then people will sit down and say that, oh, that abduction, there was nothing like that, because the government of the day, that was the message they portrayed. And I think it's heinous. And I think I would end on the note of Chibok girls to say, in that 2014, my daughter was 12 years old. She's 23 now.
Wow.
And she said at that time that if one of the girls was an American, that they would have been brought back. That was in 2014. And for me as a parent, that was really devastating, because this was my daughter, you know, acknowledging the fact that the life of an American was much more than her.
Yes.
I mean, that for me as a parent, I felt that I failed her by being a Nigerian parent who hasn't given my child, our children, the ability to understand that their life is extremely important.
Wow. There's something Deliverer to me said. He said, Nigerians, they allow Nigeria to happen to him. And to some, like the Chibok girls and so many other people in captivity till now, Nigeria happened to them.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Very sad. Kingsley, let me allow you to...
Yeah, you know, making this kind of narration, you're almost going to get emotional, no matter how strong you are. But the truth remains that we have to be able to change things. And, activism is very good. You've done it very, very well, more than you might know. You're actually worth more than you might know. But the truth remains that, are you not thinking of coming at the center in such a way you can take control? It could be at the legislature, it could be at the executive level. We have about 8 senators that were women before. I think it's reduced to 3 now or something like that. I don't know the exact.
Four of them. One suspended.
It's one suspended. So
unconstitutional.
Yes. Are you thinking of coming in, run for election? So rather than just remaining on activism, let's do these things right. The people in power always tell us that it's easy to talk when you're outside, so that let them see whether these things can be done. Are you thinking of running an election? It's a direct question.
Well, if you had asked me this question like maybe, where are we now? Maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I would have told you absolutely not. I wasn't thinking about running for election, because for me, one thing is that I love my freedom. I love the fact that I can do what I want to do, when I want to do, how I want to do it, and just get it done. And I can decide I don't want to do something, and I will get it done. And having come from a place where I've never worked for anyone, I've always been a trader. I've been trading since the year 2000. So that's probably my stand. But I will push for people, to get in there. But seeing what had happened to Senator Natasha and the way that she was treated and the manner she was treated, unconstitutionally, it's almost as if women in politics are always being bullied. And so, yes, my stance from that has changed. Maybe I would run for office, maybe a legislative office. And I do see people who say that, why you can't be an activist and do politics, or you can't do advocacy. First of all, I tell people I'm not an activist. I'm an active Nigerian citizen. I believe that I'm in this country, and I have a space in this country, and constitutionally I have every legal right like every other person. I'm not going to be a passive citizen where people are making decisions on my behalf the way that they want it. And then secondly, to say to them, look, advocacy, activism, politics, the end result is supposed to be the same. It's supposed to be for the greater good. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, we've turned politics to something that is for personal good, and so people don't get it. The people under advocacy, they point out the problem. This is what the problem is, solve it. While the people in politics who end up being in governance are supposed to solve it. Go ahead, and put that in. So I always tell them, it's the same thing. It's going for the same goal, but the way we've made it in Nigeria, it's the kind of politics that we sort of like practice isn't what it's supposed to be. So I will say to you, it's not a no before it will be a no. It's a maybe, and we'll see how it goes.
So you are evolving?
Yeah, sort of. I'm still getting to that place where I'm still getting to that place where I'm making that decision. Like I said to you, I love my freedom. So this is the thing about what some people don't get it. I'm the kind of person, I don't do things half measure. If I don't want to do something, I don't do it. And before 2014, nobody heard about me, not because I didn't have a voice, because I wasn't focused on Nigerian issue. 2013, December 12th, was my 40th birthday. And on my 40th birthday, I realized that I had become the problem of Nigeria. By my silence. Because growing up, I was always angry at my parents. Why are you quiet? Why people are destroying this country? And I focused on getting my financial independence. And at 40, I was like, oh, okay. I had now become the problem because I was silent while a lot of things were being done. And I said to myself, I will now start focusing on Nigeria issue. 4 months after was when Chibok girls were abducted.
Oh, really?
And immediately after I came out, everybody heard me loud and clear. And I've been on it. And I don't move. And I put everything on the line. My life, my everything, whenever I'm doing something. And so for me, taking on politics is not something that, oh, okay, let's go and do it, like, oh, Lord have mercy. It's going to be another whole lot of work. Because now, you will now become beholden to the citizen. As a public servant, you don't own yourself. Not the way Nigerians think it. They think they are over. No, you have to. For example, I, as Aisha Yesufu, when they do Tinubu's anthem, I don't stand. Because that's not my national anthem.
That's right.
I had a national anthem that I knew literally all my life. And then someone came, decided they were going to change it without even consulting Nigerians. If Nigerians had been consulted, and majority said they wanted it,
that's democracy,
Yeah, that's democracy. Go ahead and change it. Not somebody feeling that, oh, because you have this thing, change it. So I don't stand. When up to now, when they do that Tinubu's anthem, I don't stand. But you see, I can do that as a private citizen.
Yeah.
As a public citizen,
you can't do that.
No, I can't.
Because you saw an oath.
Yes, apart from, and then I'm there on behalf of certain people. So they
Yes.
are my bosses, the people are my
Yeah.
bosses.
Yeah.
You can't, so those kind of freedom that you're going to lose are things that I'm still grappling with it. And then it's so much work. And so it's not to just go there and like, oh, it's a siren, so somebody to be called excellency,